One day, millionaires woke up, and the next day, they had nothing left. The internet age was just beginning in America. They were witnessing perhaps one of the biggest misjudgments in the history of the state, the birth of a dream. In the mid-1990s, the world was introduced to a new term, the internet. Yet, people were unaware of anything. This technology would change everything. In America, entrepreneurs jumped from one idea to another every morning. Every new company was becoming the company of the future. Amazon, Yahoo, eBay. People were now investing not based on profit margins, but on their dreams. A small point salon, a few lines of code, and millions were earned from wall investments. The stock market, especially rapidly. Between 1995 and 1998 alone, Nasdaq increased fivefold. America was, as always, in the midst of a dream. But no one realized that this was a societal illusion. Every morning, a new millionaire appeared. Young people at the age of 25 started companies. After a few months, they went public and earned millions of dollars. The fact that a company ended with .com gave everyone the impression that it had a magical future. Fast offices were opening. Young entrepreneurs admired one another. Silicon Valley was no longer just a region. It had become a belief. The future is digital. But that future was still a few years away. The financial world was introduced to a new economic concept. From then on, terms like making a profit or producing were considered outdated. What mattered now was how fast you could grow. Everyone thought this system would last forever. By 1998, internet companies' valuations had skyrocketed hundreds of times. Some companies reached billions of dollars in value without selling a single product. For example, Pets.com sold pet products online, had well-prepared ads, famous slogans, and huge investors. But no one realized that the company lost money on every product it sold. People were now acting out of fear, not reason. The fear was, what if we miss the train? So no one wanted to miss out. Everyone tried to run faster than the other. At that time, Wall Street had become the center of profitless success. Analysts warned people because everyone was starting to take a share of this pie. But they didn't know one thing. The bigger the bubble grew, the thinner it became. By the 2000s, the bubble was ready to burst. In March 2000, Nasdaq reached its peak, and then an unexpected event occurred. One of the fastest declines in history began within weeks. Investors' billions of dollars had evaporated. Investors panicked. Everyone tried to get their shares back. Companies once hailed as the future now had no value. Most firms had already raised the white flag of bankruptcy. A week ago, young entrepreneurs were hosting parties in their offices. The next week, they were packing their belongings into boxes. By 2002, Nasdaq had lost more than 80% of its value. This collapse was one of the most tragic in American history. Homes were being sold, cars were gone. Investors had lost all hope. Companies once seen as digital miracles were now junk, becoming lessons of history. But the real burden fell on the people. People no longer believed in technology, or the future newspaper headlines read, "The internet dream has ended in a nightmare." But the irony is this: the tech revolution truly began after this crash. The few companies that survived after the fallout, Amazon, Google, and Apple, began to grow again. But the real goals were real profit and real products. Amazon transformed from a site selling only books into a massive e-commerce platform. Google was no longer just an ordinary search engine. It became the world's center of information. After the iPhone announcement, Apple reshaped the economy. In fact, every app we use today started as one of those dreams. This bubble taught us something. Every technological revolution begins with an illusion. People believe in it, entrepreneurs believe in it, investors believe in it, and finally, reality takes over. Today, we are still talking about AI, cryptocurrencies, and the metaverse. History seems to repeat itself: belief, frenzy, collapse, rebirth. One day, people woke up as millionaires. The next day, they had nothing. But it is in human nature to perhaps start with a dream, grow from the collapse, and maybe humankind will never truly change. Looking back at those days, the only things we see are faith, greed, and rebirth. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit like. See you in the next video.